The day we won't forget. We shackled on these wings of terror like a prisoner stranded in horror. We mounted the street to raise our voices, yet not guaranteed our chances. For the harmless youth became a victim of their rising cruelty, slain to gruesome murder like a prey with no identity. So we marched from the crossroads to Lekki toll gate to voice against this deviltry which had become a reoccurring fate. So 2010, 2020 is that day we will not forget, because these ugly memories still live in our head. As in a gathered numbers, the evening arose, the rackets of bullets were heard here and there as dying voices were moaned to the atmosphere. For the ones who sought for our liberation are now wasted through mass annihilation. The flags in our hands, which was supposed to be our symbol of strength and unity, is soaked by the blameless blood whose crime was to voice against the trending brutality. For at a glimpse, the only sight we beheld was darkness and cries of the young souls going breathless. The gloomy horror of death engulfed us, because the next cry could be yours. Oh, see how these bodies and brains were being destroyed by the thundering missiles that were deployed. The national anthem in our tongue, yet dying as voices faded from our song. For victory became an image we could not see, as this bloody massacre was skyrocketed to a somber degree. Now, who will believe our story when they called it to be cock and bull? But we cannot shy from what we saw. We cannot deny the plague that befell. What a dreadful day. A day we won't forget. How these young souls who were vibrant few minutes ago are lifeless within same minute. Is that a fallacy also? For just inside a moment, the chances of our survival was wasted. Our blood was made to pay for the menace they created. Our voices were our only weapon, and protest was the only cause we reckoned. Yet, we were starved of our noble right, and we were deemed of our glaring right. We pleaded, answers, but our voices were thrown behind bars. We cried, end the heinous killings, but our pleas only generated mixed feelings. They trashed out the seeds who were agile and made justice go on exile. They dilapidated the structure we built and called us liars when we held the truth. We were moisturized in our brother's blood and covered by the dust of the grave that calls. We were drowned in the pool of our own tears and flown by the winds that triggered fear. 2010, 2020 is a day we will not forget, as a day that pioneered national faith. But even as we mourn the souls of our brothers whose lives were slain, we are still tied to the hope that the labors of our heroes past shall never be in vain.